Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Maddock101 and if you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe and you click the bell button to be notified for every time I upload a new video. Today we're going to be talking about something different. It's not going to be a gaming video, it's not going to be a dance video, it's totally out of my comfort zone. Being in lockdown, obviously you get to think a lot and go all the way back in time. So I was actually thinking the other day of the time I actually got arrested.
Can you believe?
And I thought hey, why don't I just make a story time video and share it with whomever wants to, be a part of it.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
So it was way back in 2014. I think I was 21, and it was a Friday, just finished work. I was still working my first job, done with work Friday, and I'm like, "Ugh, let me hit up my friends and see what's what," because Fridays back in the day we usually just go to the club or party out throughout the whole weekend. So I'm on my phone and I'm texting
Are we on for tonight?
my group of friends at the time that I used to go out to the club with, and I'm like, yo, what are we doing today? Get a reach of them, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna be in town later, so we can link up and go to X friend's house for some drinks and then go to a club or whatnot. And then I leave town, go home, freshen up, change, and I'm ready. And this is around 6-ish or 5-ish, and then I catch an ET back into town, and I'm like, yo guys, I'm ready, where you at? And then friends are like, oh, so we ended up going to friend X's house who stayed out of town, I think Westgate area, yeah. And then I'm like, well, why would you go without me? And then nah, it's chill. Just go to another friend who actually was renting an apartment in town at the time in the avenues. Go to their house, link up with them, and then they'll come to us, and then we'll just be a whole bunch of people hanging out. I'm like, cool. So there's 6, and then I just took a quick strap to their house, and it was actually winter time. Funny enough, June, end of June or early July, I think, somewhere there. And then I go to friend X's house, and I'm like, I see their windows is closed and the light is on, but there's no sign of life. So I go up to the floor. I think they're on the second floor, and then I'm knocking. I'm trying to call them. They're not picking up, and then I'm just Adrian, this person's not home. So I'm then I call these guys. I'm like, yo guys, person's not home. What's gonna happen? I'm a bit agitated, and I guess this should have been the time I should have been let's call it a day, a night, whatever, and go back home. And then I'm like, nah, but then it's Friday. I'm really feeling, I'm in that party vibe mood type of thing. And I'm like, alright, cool, so what should happen? And mind you, these guys are already because I could hear them in the background, they're pre-tipsy vibes, and they're just not giving a care at all, and they're just alright, cool, we're gonna link up, call us in 30 minutes. I'm like, alright, fine, cool, this is 7:30-ish. I'm like, where is even a vibe, at this time? Because I can't go back home, because that's just a waste of taxi money, because rolling on a budget. And remember, we're still using USD and at that time, so yeah, you had to be also wise about taxis, because taxis have always been expensive. And then I'm like, alright, cool, I'm gonna take a taxi and go to London town, Londoners, and have some pre-drinks, because it's closer to I guess Westgate, and then they'll just pass through, pick me up, and then we go to wherever we're gonna go. And then I decide to do that, take a taxi to London town, and then I bump into a friend, and I'm like, hey, what you doing here? Sorry, I'm not gonna mention people's names, because maybe they don't want to be associated with the video, so, because I didn't ask for their consent. But, so I bump into a friend, let's call them John. If you're my friend called John, clearly this is not about you, I'm just using it. So I bump into John, and I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you doing here? And then they're like, they're on semester break, and they're just having drinks they're with another set of friends. I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting for my friends, which I think they knew at the time. And then I was like, can I chill with you guys while I wait for them? Then we're drinking. Time goes by, and I think it's about 9 o'clock-ish, yeah? And then I call my friends. I'm like, yo, guys, what's going on?
Do you even want to hang out?
And then they're already drunk, and it's the phone is cutting and the network is breaking up and everything, and they're like, oh my gosh, we're here and blah 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 blah, drunk voice vibes. And then I'm just like, you guys are cancelled. It's cool. I cut the phone and then I looked to John. I'm like, you know what? It's 9:30 ish vibes. Like, are you guys still around? Because I think I'm about to go home. So like, these guys are about to change venue, and then they're like, it's cool. Let's go to my place. And I'm like, nah, guys, like, it's thanks for the invite. I'm just gonna go home. Because, like, to be honest, like, my party mood had died down. Because, when you leave the house and you want to, like, party with a certain group of people, and that's where your energy and vibe is centered around, that's where I was. So I'm just like, okay, fine. I'll take a taxi with you guys, which was cheaper from London is into town. And then I'll get on the taxi to my house, which will be, cheap on my wallet. And they're like, all right, cool, let's do that. And then we take a taxi into town. It drops us off at Copacabana. For people that know Copacabana, this is like pretty much close to downtown. Close, like, I'll say like boundary outskirts of town. Like, but like it's like a rank or a bus station where people drop off and catch commuter omnibuses to like different areas and whatnot. It's not even like the ghetto of town. Ah, the ghetto! And like, I think there's like 10 now. And we arrive there, and then like I'm out of the taxi. So I turn around and I'm like looking for John, right? And that's when I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. I see John being dragged by the popo, getting into like, the trucks. Like, I wish if I can manage to find a picture, I'm gonna insert it. He's being put in the back of the trunk, and then like the other people. So I walk up to the truck, I'm like, hi, sorry, what my friend do? I'm trying to get him. Cause like, to be fair, he was sort of drunk. And then the Pope was like, oh no, Churukumusunga, like, we're arresting him because you guys are breaking curfew. So I think around that time in 2014, there was a curfew in town. Like, they would literally take people who are in the streets, people that sleep in the streets at the time, like street kids or like hawkers, and they put them in the back of the truck and take them to the station. So they're taking my friend. I'm like, no, we're literally coming out of the taxi and we need to go. And that's when he grabs my hand, like forcefully. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Like, what are you doing? And he's telling me, get in the truck. He's like, literally in front of me, truck. And I'm just like, WTF, right? So I get in the truck. It's so dingy, guys. Like, there are all kinds of people. Like, I don't want to even be judgmental, but I was like scared. But I was just trying to get my friend out of the truck. And here I am under police custody or whatever, getting arrested, or whatever we may call it, being detained for nothing. And then obviously my taxi goes. And also, like, funny thing, John's friends, they don't even come to like, negotiate. Truck gets started, and then we're on the road. So now we're like going towards downtown area. Like, we're in down Chinui Street, I think. And we're going just downtown basically. And they're like collecting people as we go. Also, there are like dogs, like about 2 German Shepherd dogs that I remember in this truck. And I'm just like, what are these for? Like, I guess they were just there for like, if you jump out of the truck, they release the dog and then they're like, we have a runner, and they sick it on you. And I'm just like, this is like hectic. So like, we're like downtown, and then I hear one of the police. There were like 4 police officers at the back of the truck with us, and then the policewoman is like, cool, what did he do? And she's pointed to me like, we ate us, like speaking in Shona from Zim, if you're not watching in Zim. And then the officer like, wabana akadakwa chichi, and it's like, but I was gonna pick a embase, musalite, whatever, like akuchage. And then she talks to me and is like, what happened? Then I narrate the story like, oh no, I was just trying to get my friend out and I'm trying to catch my taxi. And this guy got loitering, and I'm just like, what? Miscommunication. That's when they're like, all right, cool, you guys are gonna drop off close to charge office, as they like literally getting off their first load of people. And then he'll walk you to get a taxi. And then I'm like, dope. And luckily I had my ID, guys. Like, in Zim, just walk with your ID. It'll get you out of shit with the popo. So I show them my ID and I'm like, yeah, I stay wherever I stay. And I need to go home. And my friend, and then it's like, so my friend didn't have the ID on them, John. So I couldn't like leave the station with them. So that's why I left them. John, I did not did you just didn't have your ID. So I think they need to ask him a few questions. But then obviously they're like, you need to get the F out of town. And, I get into the station. We walk out with the popos, escorting me to make sure that I actually take a taxi back home. So as we're walking, this guy, like one of the popos, like, Saka, Ugundiba Mari, as in, like, Choko Mongwe. And I'm like, excuse me, what? It's like, yeah, Ufungo Dungo Buddha Mahara. And I'm just like, what? Like, you heard your other officer, the female officer, bless her soul. But did they say, ku taxi, like, take me to the taxi? I'm free to go. But this guy is persistent. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just go back to the station and then we can talk about this with your other officers. And then they're like, no, I'm just like, wow, guys, like, really, wow. So lucky enough, I get my taxi and I go home because I wasn't ready, guys. Like, bottom line of the story, I wasn't ready to be arrested. I wasn't even ready to to call my uncle and be like, yo, can you come bail me out? Because I'm pretty sure he would have let me as a way to teach me to not be out and about in the streets late at night and stuff. But also, like, I'm a bit pissed off with the police system and Zim in terms of, like, first I wasn't loitering. I was literally at a bus station or whatever we may call it for Zim standards, trying to get a taxi home, and here I am being dragged at the back of a police station vehicle as a loiterer. Like, firstly, you could tell, Kuti, I am not dressed. Like, I don't want to like call out shade on the less fortunate who were in the at the back of the trucks or whatever. But like, I was clearly about to get my taxi home, and I know the police officer knew that, and I was just looking out for my friend. But here you are trying to, like, take me in, and then later on asking for a bribe. So that was a little bit effed up. And yeah, I guess that's my story time of the time I got arrested, almost got arrested, whatever we may call it, or whatever you want to call it. And I just thought it would be nice to share it because I was thinking about it and I was like, let me make a video. Like, I need content. So if you guys really like the video and would like to hear more story times, like, I have 101 stories to tell. Some I won't say on this page because they are a bit incriminating, but some are quite interesting, and I'm glad to share them. So please subscribe, continue liking the videos, share with your friends. We'll share with a friend and another friend, hopefully. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, practice social distancing, and wear your masks. Bye.